Stuffed crust pizza is a baffling mix of creativity and deception. Instead of just sprinkling the cheese all the way to the edge of the pizza, eliminating the crust, Pizza Hut decided to throw the world a curveball and use the crust as some type of cheese mule to secretly smuggle more cheese onto the pizza. And back in 1995, when Pizza Hut unveiled the stuffed crust pizza, the world was entranced. Like winding a jack-in-the-box or smelling a scratch and sniff, in the 90s, we couldn't resist a hidden surprise. And there's no better surprise than more cheese. It was a momentous occasion for cheese deception and pizza alike. But little did I know that burgers beat pizza to the cheese sucker punch by nearly half a century. In Minnesota, they've been stuffing cheese into their hamburgers since 1954 in what they call the Juicy Lucy. It's a burger, but the beef patty itself is stuffed with cheese. And it's called a Juicy Lucy because the first person to ever bite into it yelled, "That's one Juicy Lucy." Fun fact, that wasn't the first person to actually name it. The first person yelled out, "That's one Moist Joyce," and has since been banned from naming foods. But if you think about it, there really is no reason to put cheese inside the burger rather than on top. I mean, structurally, I think it's going to end up the same either way. No matter what, that tomato is sliding out the back. The only reason I can figure one would hide the cheese intentionally is purely based on thrill-seeking. It's an adrenaline hobby, like bungee jumping or haunted corn mazes. But it all brings me back to a famous Steven Spielberg quote. After he made the movie Jaws, he said, "What you don't see is far scarier than what you do see." I guess it could be the same with cheese? Maybe it tastes better if we don't see it. I don't know. But all this talk of hidden cheese has inspired me, and I want to bring it all full circle and make a Juicy Lucy pizza. I think the way to go here is to sandwich the cheese in between 2 layers of dough. Sounds easy. Should be. Let's see if it is. We'll start with this first layer of dough, and then we'll shred in some whole milk mozzarella. This mozzarella is fattier, it's made from whole milk, but I don't know if it's juicy enough. What we're looking for here is secret of the ooze juicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some white American cheese, just to add to its gooiness. When we split this thing open, it should come out like gack. Okay, I think that's enough cheese. Let's top it with our second layer of dough, and then just seal the edges, like a Ziploc bag. If we're gonna sit here and play hide and go cheese, I think it's important that we set some ground rules. Number 1, no cheese can be seen, right? Otherwise, then what's the point? If we show cheese on this thing, it's like showing that John Connor was secretly a Terminator in the trailer of Terminator Genesis. I hope I didn't spoil that for you, but it literally was in the trailer. And we can't do that. We're not gonna make that mistake. The thumbnail for this pizza should look dry as a bone. Rule number 2. Like I said before, this thing's gotta be juicy. I'm serious here, folks. I want to feel like Katy Perry at the Nickelodeon Choice Awards. I'm talking double dare levels of slime coming out of this thing. If cheese does not cascade out of this thing, then it's a failure. I'm saying it right now. So with those expectations set, let's cook this in the oven and get working on the topping. Which of course is gonna be one big Juicy Lucy burger. What else? Not including it on this pizza would be a bizarre omission. Kind of like not including Garfield in the show Garfield and Friends. I don't know if you ever watched that, but man was it confusing when they cut to those barnyard animals. There was a duck, a chicken, and a walking egg. No Garfield. I guess you can only script so many jokes in between John and Garfield. The barnyard stuff was just filler. Can't imagine what that's like. Back to this big ground beef patty, we're gonna do the same exact thing with the meat that we did with the dough. We'll make a base patty, fill it with cheese, and then top it with these clumps of hamburger meat. I'm sure this will cook well. Now we're gonna cook it in a giant cast iron skillet. Let's see how this goes. There's a version of me banging on a Tesseract wall right now, I'm sure. Begging myself to make smaller burgers rather than one large one. I know there is. But at the same time, the ghost of Epic Mealtime, are they still on? The ghost of Epic Mealtime is smiling down upon me. So we're gonna go ahead and do it this way. It's like Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Fry man, You and your meat patty stay out of my pool. I don't know how to flip it. I could use these 2 spatulas, or maybe I just use this pizza peel here.
Lined up. Initiating spin.
Okay, let's turn it very carefully. Like this.
We are locked.
What? Easing up.
Holy shit. It worked. Kinda. I had to cook it a little more. Here's the thing. I have no damn clue how long to cook this for. There's no recipe outside of the Flintstones that covers a burger this big. This is either gonna be severely undercooked or severely overcooked. Either we're gonna slice into this and find meat as red as Mars, or find meat as gray as an alien. Stay tuned. But first, a message from today's sponsor. Yeah, we got sponsors now, folks. The best part, or sometimes the worst part of these pizzas, is eating them. We've had creations that have brought filming to a screeching halt for me. I've had to stop the camera just to catch my breath. I don't think the body was meant to digest pizza stuffed with lasagna. Which brings me to today's sponsor, Ritual. Ritual offers a 3-in-1 prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic that helps support a balanced gut microbiome and digestive health. Since taking one of these capsules daily, I no longer question my life's decisions after every video. Gone is the discomfort and bloat that I'd normally feel after housing a slice for the camera, and I can finish a video in one take now. I still try to eat a balanced diet outside of my weekly pizza gauntlet, but Ritual helps with my digestive health before and after tackling these culinary atrocities. All I do is take 1 capsule daily in the morning with some water and I'm set. You can take Symbiotic Plus with or without food, and Ritual is subscription based so you'll never run out. Take a look at the link down in the description below and use code COOKSHOWWithTrevor25 for 25% off your first month. Okay, back to the food. Here is our pizza, fresh out of the oven. Now let's top it with our giant burger patty. It looks like a meteorite in a crater. So much for hiding the cheese, but all could be redeemed with this moment right here, folks. The moment we've all been waiting for. The cheese reveal. I'm gonna cut into it with this giant knife, and hopefully cheese will come bursting out like a river of white gold. Okay, this is a little underwhelming. It's kinda oozing, I guess. I take this as a win. This is good enough for me. All that's left is to give it a try. Well, it's a tad bit overcooked. So let's just focus on the cheese, okay? I get the thrill and the excitement of not seeing the cheese. It's new and exciting and one hell of a way to prank a lactose intolerant person. But now I categorize it more as a kink rather than a legitimate food preference. Because flavor-wise, it just doesn't hold up. For pizza and for burgers. The cheese on top of the pizza gets a nice caramelization that I think adds to the flavor. And on a burger, well, that cheese actually melds with the rendered fat coming off the surface of the burger, making it a richer tasting cheese. And here it doesn't do either. It's like microwave cheese. I don't know. I think the draw of the Juicy Lucy is the anticipation rather than the actualization. It's like Alfred Hitchcock once said. He said there's no terror in the bang, only in the anticipation of the bang. I think the same goes here for stuffed cheese. But at least today we got double the anticipation. That counts for something. So for that, I give it a 7 out of 10. Good night, folks.